What's up guys, welcome to the 45th episode of Left Stick Right Stick's LittleBigPlanet team pick review. We have once again got some amazing LittleBigPlanet team picks this week. Great selection. First up we're going to start off with Awakening, The Last Light by Kid Podco 123. As you can already tell, it is quite a beautiful level, great aesthetics, really nice lighting throughout, and it's a very flowy level. It's got great camera angles. It's nice being far away from Sackboy, so you can really immerse yourself and take in the whole scenery around it. And except for this sort of part with the boat where the camera angle sort of moved a bit jerkily, it was actually pretty nice. It's got a great sort of background and aesthetics. You can see stuff in the background. It's great use of the layers. What's really funny with these sort of game mechanics is that it makes me feel kind of strange how Sackboy can weigh down huge rocks to actually progress, but never mind, that's just maybe a little idea flaw in the obstacle. It wasn't quite well explained. Another thing that wasn't quite well explained with all these glowy symbols, I would have liked some sort of more indication of what they're meant to represent and what they do, because I see them, it's nice and all, but what purpose did they serve? I mean, I know we're in some sort of fantasy mountain setting, but something more knowledgeable of that would be nice. Kind of like this whole statue thing in the background. It's got a great little pagoda in the mountains. It feels a little bit out of place to me. I'm not quite sure what everyone else thinks. Let me know in the comment below. But once we got to this point, I thought, oh, I really want this to be like a ninja level now. It just seemed not quite fitting with the whole fantasy-ness, I guess. But overall, it's still a very nice level, very nice, simple sort of platformer, very beautiful, nice lighting, and it's got great custom music as well. So definitely well worth a team pick in many respects. Next up, we have Snakeshore by JellyBeansMatter. This is pretty interesting and pretty fun platform as well. It's got race mode to it, and you got to collect cheeses throughout. There's 7 cheeses to collect. They've got at the beginning of the level. It's very not in your face to tell you that you can collect cheese, so it's kind of nice that you don't have to pay attention to it. It's got that sort of mouse character, which I would have liked to see a bit more. It only appears at the beginning and very end, but the whole detail, like using the foliage within the different layers, looks very cool, and there's actually different terrains within this whole level, which is great. It transitions beautifully, and all the different terrains actually are amazingly done. The level of detail and sort of lighting is great, and sort of they've got some really interesting obstacles throughout, and I really like this whole usage of obstacles that go through in between layers, which is really cool. The caverns bit is actually very nicely detailed as well. It feels like, you could actually have a whole sort of level just in the caverns as well, and just a whole level outside. It's like multiple levels in one. But the actual progression feels relatively natural, the way we go through the cavern, go through the cave. It actually doesn't feel like, oh, this is just a whole bunch of different ideas plugged together. There's sort of this little cheese statue thing, which I feel like is meant to do something if we collect all 7 cheeses, which I couldn't do because I couldn't reach all of them. So that's actually a nice way to implement, how you show you collected everything that you need to collect, which would have been good, but I didn't quite get to experience it. But overall, it's a very nice level. It's great that it's got replayability with the whole race element, although it doesn't really feel very racy. There's nothing about that makes you feel like you need to rush, but a great team pick nonetheless there. And finally, we have Question Mark by SlurmMacKenzie. This is a awesome level. I mean, I feel this was played quite a while ago. We played all of these team picks actually quite a while back, but I just find this ingenious. It's a great way of using puzzles and these motion tags and sensors. This is actually a great way to utilize them. And I thought all of the puzzles, as it were, although you're basically doing the same thing, you're finding the question mark, SlurmMacKenzie has really worked in very different ways to do that. And every puzzle feels very fresh and just a great play overall. There's also secret rooms dotted throughout the whole map, and there's actually at the very end there's a map that tells you, did you get to the secret room in that section, which is actually pretty cool. A great way to tell you where you might have actually missed out on something, while also being quite fun at the same time. But the whole point of this level is to make, to find question marks or just create question marks using puzzles. Great way, and I really like the whole special room thing that we're actually putting through. It's the same thing. It doesn't actually, the actual things in the special rooms, you're doing exactly the same thing, but it just feels nice that it's like an extra rather than, you're just going through the level, which is actually really cool. And the aesthetic is very simple. It looks great though, and you should definitely have a lot of fun. I mean, SlurmMacKenzie is pretty one of the best creators in recent, publishing. So hopefully we'll see more from him soon. There really isn't much more I can say about this because I really like this level. I mean, there could have been maybe more puzzles, but I'd like to see what else SlurmMacKenzie comes up with. I hope you enjoyed all these team picks this week. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about them, and click that like button if you enjoyed this team pick review. And don't forget to subscribe, become a subscriber to check out more LPP videos. See you guys next time.